If you know CDP, you know LLDP, at least how to configure it. So let's focus on CDP first, because our focus isn't really heavy on CDP, but it needs to be taught anyways. CDP, how do you turn it on and off globally on the chassis? Well, what we do is we get into global configuration mode, and you say CDP run. And if you want to turn it off, we do no CDP run. I don't want to do that. I want to turn it back on. So that's how we turn it on and off globally, meaning we're not even running the protocol. Like if I do no CDP run and then do show CDP neighbors, it tells us it's not even enabled. If I go to an interface, say I want to turn it off on all of my interfaces, I'll go into a range and I could say no CDP enable. The enable command is an interface level command that turns it on and off. So it's enabled on interfaces. It's run globally in the chassis. Okay. So I do want to run CDP, and turning it off, in my topology, it wouldn't be bad because I'm not going to be reliant on it for negotiation between maybe a phone and my port. So yeah, I guess I'll leave it off. The do command allows us to execute privileged mode commands from modes that are deeper. So I can still see devices, and I don't expect devices to be found off of my fast Ethernet port. So this is working out for me. Well, what about LLDP? What about LLDP? Same thing. LLDP run or no LLDP run if we want to turn it off. And this is off by default, whereas CDP is on by default. And then no LLDP enable. Hey, that's the same thing. I just swap out my CDP for LLDP, and away we go. It's the same exact beast. So let's use LLDP. Let's turn it on. LLDP run. Good. Taken by my device. We'll go to access switch 2. We'll do a show LLDP. We can see, yes, we're active. And then let's do it one more time. Or two more times. Sometimes my fingers just want to type in commands and I haven't even decided what the command is. But you can see LLDP run, LLDP enable. It is enabled on all your interfaces if it's run globally on the chassis. So you can prune it. To prune it means to disable on an interface level or trim it. You could also call it trimming. And you trim at interface level to avoid advertising information about your chassis to a potential exposed area where someone plugged in with like a sniffer, plugged in, capturing all of the traffic, and they say, oh, they're running LLDP. Let's see if I can find out what kind of chassis they're running. Turn it off in those areas that might have Ethernet ports that go to your lobby or areas of your environment that are less physically secure.